Okay, let's talk about what goes in a business plan. First off, how you write a business plan. They're pretty simple. They take a lot of time and a lot of research, but they're pretty simple. First, you have to determine a format. And there are lots of formats available. Microsoft Word offers a format. The Small Business Association offers a format. There are lots and lots of formats. The format I'd like you to follow is listed in your general folder, but if you want to use a different format, just run the outline by me. Next is gathering data. First, you have to do some primary research. That's like surveys and focus groups and those kinds of things where you go right to the source. Secondary research is where you go out to the library or online and get information primarily about your industry and things like that. Finally, you want to organize and write the paper, okay? And all the data is available, so it's pretty straightforward. Okay, the executive summary. This is basically a recap of the plan itself. It should be no more than 2 pages, and 1, if at all possible. You write it last. And then what you put in here basically are the fundamentals of the business, which is a very brief paragraph about what the business does, how long it's been around, what the market opportunities are, what the potential market is, how you can take advantage of it. And finally is the financial analysis. And this is basically a recap of the financial statements in a narrative form, not a whole bunches and bunches of numbers. And basically you talk here about profit and the free cash flow positions. And then the needs or the plans going forward. If the purpose of the particular executive summary is for an investor, then you talk about the needs in order to expand or to start or whatever. And if the plan is particularly internal, then you talk about what your recommendations and so on are going. The introduction. Basically, this introduces the company and what it wants to accomplish. It starts with a brief history. It's a paragraph describing what the company does or will do. And if you're an established business, you might want to add another paragraph that talks about, what you've been doing. Next come the vision and mission statements. They might include a short explanation. If you don't have them, then you'll need to create them. You start with a value statement, which is basically a list of the values that you have. Then you follow with a mission statement, which is a statement about who you are and what you want to accomplish. And your vision statement is a forward-looking statement of what you want to be in the future. And then you follow that with your goals and objectives. Finally comes the SWOT analysis. And in the SWOT, you have the introduction, which is basically what is a SWOT, and a quick recap where you got the information. You will create a opportunities and threats section, and these can all be in bullet points. And you organize and talk about what is external to the company that you can take advantage of or that may cause a problem. List your strengths and weaknesses, which are internal. Whenever you discuss your financial resources, or if you don't have any, use your financial ratios whenever you can. And then finally you want to do a recap, which is basically a short discussion of the most important findings, create your table, and write a conclusion. Okay, in the product or service section, this is generally written from the company's viewpoint. In the content, you talk about the description in depth of the product or the service. If you have blueprints or things like that, this is a good place to put those. Then, what is the need for the service or the product? Why do people need this? What is the problem that this is going to solve? And finally, what is your competitive advantage? In other words, why you? Why is your team or your company going to be the best one that can do this? And then finally, your pricing structure. And this might be as simple as just flat pricing. We're going to charge everybody $4.99. Or it could be more complicated. For Snowy Mountain Design, with with our big product, Sora, the pricing structure is determined by the size of the county.